to stop what you're doing and listen.
Hello and welcome to episode 28. As always, I am MOSH, and I'm going to try to get through this episode as best as I can because my head has been feeling a little weird these past couple days. Like, it's pretty much the feeling you get when you're dizzy, except I'm not dizzy. Like the other night, I got a little dizzy, and it was only for a few seconds, but just that feeling got stuck in my head, but I'm not dizzy. It's really weird. And it still hasn't gone away, but, I've pretty much just come to the conclusion that I'm dying. So, not to act dramatic, but I'm dying. I also get vertigo sometimes, like once a year. It's pretty much once a year at this point, just a random day. Well, obviously it's random. If it was the same day every year, that'd be kind of strange. But yeah, one day a year, I'll just get vertigo, wake up a little dizzy, and it'll just last the whole day, which is not fun. I can't walk straight. Last year I walked into the fridge, so that's, it's a fun time. I don't know. It is what it is, but, the show must go on. So we're going to kick this off with Black Ops 4. So the new operation started last week, Apocalypse Z. I went down what was going to be in the operation, and I played it. I only played it once, played it for one day. And Activision, Treyarch just don't learn their lesson, apparently, because they added more guns, and those guns are in the cases again. Well, with the previous operation, they brought in new guns and put them in cases. No one likes it. People complained. So you thought, okay, they're not going to do that again. Well, guess what? This operation, they did it again. They don't learn. And every gun you get in the cases is really good, like overpowered good. The guns you actually get in the battle pass, some of them are okay, but they're not that great. But those are the free guns. The ones you get in the cases, though, that they want you to spend that money on, those are the good guns. The Peacekeeper, it's pretty good. I have that one. It got nerfed a little bit, but it's still pretty good. The Stingray with that stupid weapon mod on it is really good. It's like one burst kill if you land every shot, and even if you don't, it's a 2 burst kill gun. And then the crossbow that they added is a 1-shot kill gun, and you can pretty much just shoot that thing really quickly. You just go bop, 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 bop. So if you miss, it doesn't matter. Just keep shooting. Just hip fire. Do whatever you want. As long as one of the stupid arrows hits you, you're dead. It's insane. And then, they added M. Shadows, the vocalist of Avengers Sevenfold, into the game as a Blackout character. So I went into Blackout to see if I could, make him my character, because I'm a big fan of that band. And I couldn't find him. Like, where is he? So I went into the black market and I saw that Danny Trejo's character was available for purchase. I was like, oh, maybe you just have to buy him. That would suck, but I guess that would make sense. No, you don't buy him. He's in the cases too. They locked the dude in a case. They're like, hey, we put you in Black Ops 2 at the end during the credits. We're going to bring you back in for Black Ops 4, make you an actual playable character this time, but we're going to put you in the case. So, people might get you. They might not get you. I hope that they went into his own account and unlocked him for himself. Can you imagine that? You get put in a game and then you might not even get to play as yourself because you're not lucky enough to get yourself in a case. My dude is out here, dedicated fan of Call of Duty for years, has made music for this company, is recovering from vocal injuries, and you're going to lock him away in a case? How dare you, Treyarch? And then they also added Reaper into multiplayer, which is whatever. And Booty God told me that Reaper uses stim shot. Like, he just stabs it into himself. Where? How? He's a robot. Or at least in Black Ops 3 he's a robot. Maybe in this game he's a human that wears a bunch of armor. I don't know. I haven't really looked at him all that well. He's wearing armor plates. Like, where's the stim shot going? It doesn't make sense. There's no attention to detail there. Like, other companies would look at this and be like, hey, this doesn't make sense. We need to figure something out for this. But Treyarch's like, nah. Where does the needle go? Does he have like an oil line inside of his robot suit? And then they added zombie characters into multiplayer, and they don't mumble. They still talk. That doesn't make sense. Zombies don't talk. Now, I will give Treyarch the benefit of the doubt because they are working on Call of Duty 2020. They probably don't have much time to be, dealing with Black Ops 4. I don't know how many people are even working on Black Ops 4 still. This operation is small. It's only 40 tiers, where the first few were 100. Then the last few have not been 100. They've been shorter. I don't know how many operations are left. And again, I don't know how many people are even still working on this game because they have to make another game. Anyway, that's enough Black Ops 4 for now, and hopefully for a while. Next up, we have GTA 5 in real life. So I'm about to butcher a bunch of names, so just bear with me on this one. Last week, Pakistan's Awami Tehreek Secretary General Khurram Nawaz Gandapur shared incredible footage of an airplane narrowly avoiding an oil tanker that had stopped on the runway. With less than a meter of clearance, the A380 Airbus manages to pull up and soar over the stopped vehicle, averting what would otherwise have been a terrible disaster. Except, Gandapur didn't seem to realize that the video was a stunt pulled off in Grand Theft Auto 5. So his tweet said, "Narrow escape of an aircraft which could have ended in a great disaster. Miraculous save by the pilot's presence of mind." He then went and deleted the tweet. But like, what are you doing? If you're Secretary General and you're on Twitter, you're just hanging out on Twitter, just looking up video, like, how does this video even, how do you stumble across this? Does it just show up on the timeline? Like, why are you not doing your job? Why is Pakistan's politicians not doing their jobs? Why aren't America's politicians doing their jobs? You know, I mean, it's, you know. So there's a YouTuber called the UI Gamer, and he basically just does all these stunt videos on his channel. But there was another Twitter account called physicsastronomy.org, and they thought the video was real too. They said in their tweet, "Terrorist attack in Algeria, which fails to work because of the pilot's immense skill." First off, what makes you think this is Algeria? The game's set in California. And also, if you watch the video, like, it's very clearly fake. I mean, I've also played Grand Theft Auto 5 a lot, so I know the game. Like, when I see, you know, these planes and these tanker trucks, like, I obviously recognize them. So I know it's fake. But even if I didn't play this game, it's still very clear that this is fake. I shouldn't say it's fake. It's just not real. And the camera angles are a pretty dead giveaway on that, but some things just fly over people's heads, no pun intended. So during my E3 predictions, I said that Nintendo would reveal a new version of the Switch. Well, they didn't, but now a month later, they have done so. So I was a month late. They were a month late. I was on time. Anyway, it's called the Switch Lite, and there's a missed opportunity to call it the Light Switch, but you know, why would you ever do something like that? So the trailer for this thing is weird. It shows people in locations that you just wouldn't be playing a Nintendo Switch. Like, the first place these people go to is a skate park. Like, if you're going to a skate park, you're not there to play your Switch. Also, the sun, you know, beaming down, like, would you even really be able to see the screen all that well? It just doesn't really make sense. And then the next place they go to is an indoor rock climbing place. Like, who thinks of this stuff? They're just sitting there thinking, all right, we have a Nintendo Switch commercial. Which location should we shoot at? Oh, how about the rock climbing place? Oh, okay. And after that, it's like two guys on the back of a boat that's going through a city at night. It's like a tourist, you know, thing. Going through the city on a boat. It's nighttime. You see all the lights. You know, you're supposed to be looking at everything. And then they're just sitting in the back playing Smash Bros. What? The Joy-Cons on the Switch, how they pop off, it doesn't have that. Like, they're fused into it. It's strictly a handheld device. And because it's strictly handheld, it does not connect to the TV. So this is basically trying to kill the 3DS. This is the replacement of the 3DS. So it can't connect to the TV. The HD rumble that you get in the normal Switch in the Joy-Cons is not there. The motion camera's not there. That's basically that. It looks like it comes in 3 colors: gray, turquoise, and like grandma yellow. And I believe I saw a limited edition one for Pokemon, and it was white with, like, on the buttons and analog stick on the left side were blue, and the buttons and the analog stick on the right side were pink. Anyway, it comes out on September 20th of this year, and it's $200. So a Mortal Kombat movie has been talked about for a while now. There's some old ones, but a new one has been talked about for a while now, but it is officially. This info has come out that it will be released on March 5th, 2021. So it is a ways away. And they're filming in Australia. They've casted Sub-Zero, who's going to be played by Joe Taslim. I'm not familiar with him, so I don't know what else he's been in. But yeah, like, obviously Sub-Zero's going to be in it. Scorpion's going to be in it. I mean, just the people that have to be in Mortal Kombat. Johnny Cage will probably be in it, Sonya, Raiden, Liu Kang. I mean, those characters have to be locks. There's just no way they're not in it. And then for the villain or the bad guy, I don't know. You can do Shao Kahn, maybe Quan Chi, Shang Tsung, Shinnok, who knows? Maybe all of them. Everyone's here. It's Smash Bros, but in movie form. The new Mortal Kombat movie will be the first to be rated R in North America. I don't know if that's a very good sentence. The new Mortal Kombat movie will be the first to be rated R in North America. That makes it sound like it's the first rated R movie ever in North America. When what they're actually saying is it's the first rated R Mortal Kombat movie. Who wrote this? Fraser Brown, PCGamer.com. All right, Fraser. I don't like that sentence. Where was I? And you know what that means? Fatalities on the big screen. The most gratuitously violent fighting game is finally getting a gratuitously violent film. Okay, again, Fraser. Using the same adjective twice in one sentence is usually frowned upon. So you've already made 2 mistakes in less than a paragraph. Okay? I'm just busting his balls. I don't care. Write whatever you want. Writer Greg Russo, who is also working on the Resident Evil, Saints Row, and Fear movies. Wait, what? Resident Evil? They're making a Saints Row and Fear movie? Okay, Saints Row movie has to be ridiculous. There's just no way. And a Fear movie, if done correctly, could be pretty good. Where was I again? I confirmed the rating on Twitter, but wouldn't confirm which of the gory killing blows will make it into the adaptation. Okay, so it's rated R because there's going to be fatalities and it's going to be gory. I mean, that's the way it should be. It's Mortal Kombat. Like, you can't have a PG-rated Mortal Kombat. It just doesn't make sense. Also, apparently, it's a reboot of the Resident Evil series. So it's going to be brand new Resident Evil movies, huh? Interesting. I wonder if they're going to go more in line with the games or if they're just going to branch off and do their own thing. Moving on. This Thursday, July 18th, at the San Diego Comic-Con, there will be a panel where more gameplay for the new Avengers game, Square Enix's Avengers game, will be shown. The catch is that only people in attendance will be able to see it. Because why not? The only reason I'm bringing this up is because it will definitely make its way to the internet. Someone will record it on their phone and just upload it in very low quality. We will see it. It might not be great, but we will see it. So I'm interested to see what they show and how much they show. But yeah, if you're interested in the Avengers game, check on Thursday, July 18th, and you might see some new gameplay. And keeping up with Square Enix, Final Fantasy VII, they are saying will only be on PS4, the first game. They said they have no plans to put it on other platforms at this time. People say that they're lying, and they probably are. Here's the thing. When Final Fantasy VII Remake was first revealed at PlayStation's E3 press conference 2015, at the very end, it said play it first on PS4. So everyone thought, okay, it's a timed exclusive. It's going to release on PS4 first. It'll release on other platforms afterwards. That's what we've all thought this whole time. Well, if it's a timed exclusive, say for a year, and it comes out next year, that means it won't come out until 2021 for the other platforms. And by then, the next box will be out, the PS5 will be out, and PC is just PC. I think what they're saying is the first game, because it's multiple games, will only be on PS4. And then when the timed exclusivity runs out, it will then be pushed onto Xbox. But by that time, the next box will be out. So that's why they're not saying Xbox One, and they can't say the next Xbox because the next Xbox hasn't officially been revealed. All we know is it's Project Scarlet. So will it eventually come out on Xbox? More than likely. Will it eventually come out on PC? More than likely. Will it eventually come out on Nintendo Switch? Absolutely not. That thing can't handle it. Light switch, lights out. Forget about it. Unless Sony shelled out the money to make it a full-on exclusive, which I doubt they did because that would be a lot of money. I'm pretty sure it's still a timed exclusive. They just can't announce these things because it's a timed exclusive. They're not supposed to let people know it's a timed exclusive. You're supposed to make it seem like it's exclusive the whole time. That's what Microsoft did with Respawn and Titanfall. They made it seem like Titanfall was always going to be exclusive to that platform, which the first one was on PC as well. But I knew right away it wasn't. I even made the video saying Titanfall 2 will absolutely be on PlayStation. And then there's people like, no, it's not. I was like, yeah, it definitely will be. The signs are right in front of our faces. because it didn't say Microsoft Studios on the box art. If it says Microsoft Studios, it's a Microsoft game. It never said that on the Titanfall 1 box art. That's how I knew it was going to be on PlayStation. But, people want to deny that. So, actually, when the official box art for this game gets revealed, because it hasn't yet, the PlayStation exclusives, it says only on PlayStation. So, if it doesn't say that on the box art, then it will be on other platforms. If it does say that, then, Sony put up that guap, and they ain't messing around. So, we just have to wait till the box art gets revealed. All right, that's it for the rundown. Now on to Modern Warfare. So we got an appetizer. We saw multiplayer gameplay for the first time. Now the official multiplayer reveal is happening on August 1st. This was just a little taste of what is to come. And I gotta say, it wasn't that great. Just the people they got to do this, I'm not a fan of. Like that one Courage guy is just like super obnoxious. Making a good first impression is important. Well, they made a bad first impression. This was not the way to do this. Anyway, they showed off the new mode, the new 2v2 mode called Gunfight, and I will go over what we saw. This is from Charlie Intel. If I'm talking about Call of Duty and I'm reading off an article, it's 95% of the time Charlie Intel. And the two previous ones I was reading off was PC Gamer. I'm bad at doing that. It's not intentional, I'm just stupid. Alright, so details of the mode. Gunfight is only 2v2. It has specifically designed maps for this mode only, so they're very small. Just like the face-off maps in Modern Warfare 3, we had the 1v1, 2v2, and 3v3 mode. They had special maps just for that, which were smaller. So this is pretty much the same thing. There were 3 maps shown today. Don't know if there's more than that, but there's at least 3. There's King, which is the interior of a warehouse, and it actually reminded me of Kill House a little bit from Call of Duty 4. There's Pine, which is in a forest, and Stack, which is a container yard. There's no create a class in this mode. Everyone starts with the same loadout. So you spawn in, it shows you your loadout. You have it, your teammate has it, and the 2 people on the other team have it as well. You play 2 rounds with this loadout. You play it on one side, then you flip spawns and you play it from the other side. And after those 2 rounds ends, everyone gets a new loadout, but it's again the same for everyone. So every 2 rounds, it's something new. There are 6 rounds total, and there's only 40 seconds per round. So once the match starts, 40 seconds, that's all you got. And then after 40 seconds, if no one has won yet, a flag appears on the map, and players have to run to the flag and defend it for 3 seconds to secure the win. So there's no respawns in this game mode. Like when you die, you're dead for that round. Like once the round ends, then you're back for the next round. So I mean, it's really quick because it's only 2 people. It's just bop bop next round. If no one can defend the flag within the new time limit, the round will end, and the team with the most total health left wins. There is 100 health per player combined for 200 health between the 2 players. You do not heal in this mode, and auto health regeneration is disabled for this mode. There's no health regen, but sometimes in some of the loadouts you get a stim shot, which, just like Black Ops 4, you can heal yourself with. The top of the screen shows the combined health per team, allowing you to see how much damage you have done and how much health your team has left. The thing is, Infinity Ward, to my knowledge, has not confirmed that auto health regeneration is even in the game. Like, if it is, why is Stim Shot? Is Stim Shot only in for this mode? Or is this something much bigger? Like, is it going to be a Black Ops 4 again where we just have to heal ourselves? That would suck, because I don't want to do that. So I'm hoping it's just for this mode. Or maybe Stim Shot will be in the normal modes, and if you use it, it's just to heal faster than normal. I don't know. Charlie Intel put together a list of everything we saw, weapons, items, all that. So I'm going to go through that right now. So far, we have the 3 maps, King, Pine, and Stack. The assault rifles we have seen are the FR556, the AUG, the M4A1, and the L86A1. SMGs, MP5 and MP7. Shotguns, Model 680 and the 725. LMGs, M90, and snipers, AX50 and M14. Pistols, M19 and the .50 GS. Launchers, RPG-7, and tactical, stun grenade, flash grenade, stim, lethal, semtex, molotov, throwing knife, frag grenade, claymore, proximity mine, attachments, laser sight, muzzle brake, extended mag, reflex sight, holographic sight, vertical grip, scout combat optic, compensator, bipod, and angled foregrip, weapon modifications, long slide, short stock, sawed off, long barrel, custom foregrip, heavy stock, lightweight stock, fast up, and then the two factions, Coalition and Allegiance. I didn't see the proximity mine in action, but that doesn't make me very excited, especially with a Claymore being in the game again as well. It's just more stuff I gotta look down at the ground for, which is never fun. But yeah, the game looks a little different. Like it's on a new engine. It looks like it plays a little differently. I mean, it's still fast-paced shooter, but just like the players that are really twitchy, like they play in super high sensitivity and they're always like sliding and doing all that stuff. Like, I don't think they're gonna be able to do that in this game. I think they're kind of limiting mobility a bit, kind of balancing it out. The snipers look sluggish. So yeah, I mean, it's still not a realistic shooter, but it's definitely a little different. But again, August 1st is the full reveal, so hopefully we should get more info. If we don't get any more info, then it's not much of a reveal. I'll obviously talk about this more when we get all that new info and hopefully some really good gameplay that makes me excited. I just want Call of Duty to be great again. That's all I ask for. And there's no specialists in the game. Well, there's no specialists like abilities or tactical equipment or anything. There are like specialist type characters where you can pick your character and customize them, but they don't have abilities. That alone is like, that's a positive. That's already a good thing. I just need to see good gameplay and nothing that worries me. Also, I forgot to mention, there's no minimap. And Charlie Intel forgot to mention that as well. There was no minimap. Unless the face cams they were using was covering it, I didn't see a minimap. And before Modern Warfare was revealed, there was the rumor going around that multiplayer would not have a minimap. Again, is this like the stim shot, no health regen thing where it's only for this mode? Or is there actually no minimap in the game? You know, the maps in this mode are so small and the games are only 40 seconds long that like you don't really even need a minimap. I can understand if it's disabled for this mode, but you know, once the full reveal happens on August 1st, like that's another thing to keep in mind. So be on the lookout when we see more gameplay. Look for a minimap, look for auto health regen, and look for the stim shot. Those are the things we need to pay attention to. That's all I got for Call of Duty. Next up, we have the music talk. All right, so last week I mentioned I was waiting for Wage War's new single. They released it. It's really good. It's called Who Am I? That's the name of the song. The name of the album is called Pressure, and it comes out in August 30th to be exact. It's another album coming out in August on top of all the albums already coming out next month. August 2019 might be the best month for albums ever. At least in my world it is. It's insane. Yeah, the song's really good. It's like typical Wage War type stuff. You know, like heavy screaming verses, singing melodic choruses, all that good stuff. It actually reminds me of a song off their last album called Don't Let Me Fade Away. It's probably my favorite song on that album. But the song reminds me a lot of that. So it's good. It's awesome. Highly recommend it. I will review this album when it comes out. I don't have much more to say about it. Listen to it. Wage War. Who am I? Who am I? I don't know. A soundtrack came out this past week called the Red Dead Redemption 2 soundtrack. It's not what it's called. It's just from the music from Red Dead. I don't even remember what it's called anymore. Whatever. Anyway, you know, most video games that have soundtracks, they release the soundtrack the same day that the game comes out. But Rockstar took 8 months to release their soundtrack. It was October. It took them 9 months. I can't believe Red Dead Redemption 2 has been out for almost a year. That's crazy. It's like you wait all this time for something to come out, and then when it finally comes out, time just flies by. So I kind of have mixed feelings about this soundtrack because there's a lot of repetitiveness on it. The song a lot of people know, Unshaken, it's the first song on the album. And there's another song called Crash of Worlds, which is basically just a part of Unshaken repeated. So that's 2 songs that are similar. I believe there's 13 songs on this. The second song is called Moonlight, and there's with no vocals. There's like humming, but there's no vocals. And there's another song on here which is the same song, but with vocals. So those are another 2 songs that are similar. And then Cruel World is on it twice. One, the Willie Nelson version, and then there's a Josh Homey version. Is that the douchebag from Queens of the Stone Age? I think it is. What a dumb name, Queens of the Stone Age. So yeah, out of like 13 songs, 6 of them are, you know, yeah, no. The house building song is not on there, which might have just been a spoiler. You didn't hear anything. Ring Dang Do ain't on there. What's up with that? It's like the banger of the century. I don't know. It's kind of weird. I think they're releasing more down the line, but yeah, why does it take them so long to release this? Like the songs were already done for the game, and it took you this long to release it. But it's Rockstar; they take forever to do everything. So is it really a surprise? Not really. So yeah, even though the soundtrack's so disappointing, it doesn't take away from the game. Obviously, still love the game. I very much enjoy what Rockstar does. It takes them forever to do anything, soundtracks in their games, but the final product is usually, worth the wait. I mean, GTA 5 was for me. I love that game. I played it a lot. Red Dead Redemption 2 obviously was worth the wait, and hopefully GTA 6 is worth the wait, because who knows when that's coming out. That 30 FPS goodness. If you think GTA 6 is releasing in 60 FPS on those next consoles, you're out of your mind. Lock it in right now, 30 FPS. I just hope they add more with racing, because I love racing in GTA 5, but the issue is there are so many dirty racers in that game. Like, so many people purposely hit you and try to wipe you out, and it just ruins it. I wish there was just, like, good racing. I know there's other games out there, the more kind of like simulator type games where people respect each other online and they don't hit each other, but I'm not into those types of games. I like the feel of GTA. I like how, it plays and all that. So it'd be nice if we could get legit races in GTA. And there are people that do it on YouTube, but they have, way bigger channels than me and a bunch of people in their community that are willing to do that, have, a good solid race. So hopefully in like GTA 6 they can maybe add a mode. Well, yeah, but then there's gonna be griefers that join in and purposely do that. So I don't know. I think it just has to be a custom thing, which sucks because then you got to bring people in, and I just don't know enough people. So I would love to do real racing, not real racing, but legit racing in GTA. I actually have some racing gameplay. I have a video. I don't know if I ever uploaded it from like December. I think it was like early December. So I think I might have gameplay that's like 8 months old at this point that I never uploaded. I'm gonna have to go back and check because I should do that, because the ending of that race is really good. I don't want to spoil it in case I haven't uploaded it, but it was a good ending. But man, I love doing the custom races in GTA, like all the custom things that people make and stunt races. The only issue is that you have to invite a bunch of people to play it. If they had matchmaking for that kind of stuff and I just play with randoms, like I could pump out GTA 5 videos like almost every day. But unfortunately, that's not a thing at this point. Why am I talking about GTA? What just happened? I was talking about Red Dead Redemption 2 soundtrack, and now I'm talking about GTA 6 racing. All right, last thing on the music related topic. The Ghost Inside played their first show in nearly 4 years on July 13th. If you don't know about The Ghost Inside, I'm going to tell you about them because this was a very big thing for them. Going off the old trusty Wikipedia. So, The Ghost Inside, formerly known as A Dying Dream, is an American metalcore band from Los Angeles, California, formed in 2004. The band currently consists of vocalist Jonathan Vigil, guitarist Zach Johnson and Chris Davis, bassist Jim Riley, and drummer Andrew Kazik. I'm probably mispronouncing that, and I apologize. I've never actually heard his last name said out loud, so I'm not entirely sure how to say it. They have 1 EP and 4 studio albums, latest one being Dear Youth, released in November 2014 through Epitaph Records. Why haven't they played a show in almost 4 years, and why is this important? On the morning of November 19th, 2015, the band's tour bus collided head-on with a tractor trailer while headed west to Mesa, Arizona on U.S. Highway 180, 8 miles east of the Border Patrol checkpoint outside of El Paso, Texas. The drivers of both vehicles died, while the remaining 10 people on the bus survived. Jonathan, Zach, and Andrew, as well as 2 others, were hospitalized in critical condition. On January 13th, 2016, vocalist Jonathan Vigil posted his first update since the accident. On Instagram, he stated his injuries and his gratefulness to be alive. The next day, drummer Andrew confirmed via his Instagram account that the accident had resulted in him losing one of his legs following an initial 10-day coma. On March 22nd, 2016, during the live stream of the Warped Tour band announcement of that year, it was announced that the Ghost Inside would play Warped Tour 2017. An announcement that far in advance was unprecedented. They were the first band announced on the tour. On February 10th, 2017, Jonathan announced that the band would be unable to perform on Warped Tour 2017. Warped Tour announced they would continue to hold their spot for the band until they were well enough to play, even though the Warped Tour's full cross-country format was retired the following year. On April 17th, 2018, the band held their first practice since the accident, and on April 30th, 2018, the band confirmed and assured their fans with a statement in which they said, yes, there is a future. On January 21st, 2019, the band shared a photo of them in the studio on Twitter after a fan asked if they were working on new music, indicating they had something in the works in front of them. On February 22nd, they announced a return show for July 13th at the Shrine in Los Angeles. According to the vocalist Jonathan, the show sold out in 4 minutes. The show successfully took place on July 13th, and during the show, Jonathan Vigil said he wasn't sure if that would be the Ghost Inside's last show ever, or if they'd play 100 more, but he did announce that the band was working on new music. So yeah, they were in a tour bus accident, which was fatal. All the members of the band survived, but they did have injuries, and like I said, the drummer lost his leg. So this whole time they've been recovering and trying to, the drummers basically had to almost relearn how to play the drums. So that's why, they've been gone for so long. But they finally got out there. They finally played this show. And I've seen some videos and it looked like they did fine. Some people are saying that they seemed kind of exhausted at some points, but that's okay because they haven't played in almost 4 years and performing is exhausting. So, you kind of have to work up that stamina. Them being tired at certain points is just that's fine. I did also hear that the show was being professionally filmed. I don't know when that's coming out. My guess, not my guess, but what I would do if I was them would be to put that on a Blu-ray and sell it. The fans can buy it, and, that could help with their financial stuff, if they still have medical bills or whatever. So I think they will continue as a band. I don't think this was their last show. I don't think they want to confirm that they're going to continue on because I don't think they want to say that and then something happens and then they can't. They don't want to disappoint the fans, so they're just being kind of loose with it. Not confirming, but also not denying. Or what they should do is just keep it simple. Don't do a whole month or month and a half tour straight. Play a few shows here, take a couple weeks off. Play a few shows here, a couple weeks off. Just kind of pace themselves. But yeah, it was good for them to finally get this out of the way because I know they've been waiting a long time for this. So they did it. They pulled it off. So it's good for them. It's good for the fans. And also, the vocalist Jonathan streams on Twitch. I don't know if the other guys do or not, but I know he does. His Twitch is VIGILSC. So if you want to check him out on Twitch, go for it. On to my weekly pick. It is a documentary, if you can believe it. I can't. Never recommended one before in my life. It is a behind-the-scenes look at E3. It is by No Clip on YouTube. It's just some stuff that goes on behind the scenes and how some people prepare for it. Everything that goes down. There's not much to say about it. There'll be a link in the description if you want to check it out. And now on to my weird pick of the week. I don't know if it's really weird, but yeah, it is what it is. 2 lost hikers were left feeling a little sheepish after calling for help over what they thought was an aggressive wild pig chasing them down. In reality, the sound that the pair mistook for vicious grunting and snorting was actually nearby cars going over a rumble strip on the road. According to the department, a woman called 911 from inside Government Canyon State Park around 11:30 p.m. on June 21st, saying that she had climbed a tree to get away from an animal that had been growling and following her. She was ultimately put in touch with a park police officer and urged him to please hurry because an animal she believed to be a wild pig was nearby and growling. The officer initially had trouble finding her, but managed to get to her location after she sent him her location via a text message on her iPhone. Love the details here. I love that they had to tell us it was an iPhone. Apple plug. Once there, the officer found that she was in the tree with another person. There was no sign of any wild pig. However, the officer did hear a car drive over a nearby rumble strip and asked the hikers if that was the sound they were talking about. It was. Embarrassed by the misperceived threat, the lost hikers were reassured by the officer that the unknown can be scary and their reaction surprisingly common. Bizarre mix-ups like this one often lead people to call 911 and feel a bit ridiculous after. Earlier this year, deputies in Oregon responded to a report of a possible home invasion after a house sitter said that someone was inside the home's bathroom. The intruder turned out to be a Roomba. Nice. A robot vacuum cleaner. And last year, a woman in England called the police after she heard sounds that made her suspect a burglar was in her home. But officers found only a rogue squirrel. The mind will play tricks on you. You hear one thing, you think of something else, but guess what? It was just a Roomba. Don't let Roombas make you look stupid. That's the moral of the story. Anyway, that's it for me on this week's episode. So thank you for listening. Appreciate it. Make sure to check out the description for some of these links. Check out Twitter, Twitch, follow it up, do whatever you want. You can subscribe to this YouTube channel if you want. You can do whatever you want, honestly. It's your world. I just live in it. Anyway, I'll talk to you guys next week. Later.